Summer slump, and now we're having a lot of locals starting to feel it. Live look at our fine city on your screen right now, and we've been talking about the visitor volume being way down this summer, and now we're hearing from workers who are struggling to make ends meet. News 3's Andrew Nomura just spoke with a hospitality industry worker here locally. And so, Andrew, it's not just the data we have in hand that shows the decline in visitor volume, but now we also have pocketbooks that are a lot lighter than they were last summer at this time.
Yeah, that's right, Kim, including Sebastian Espinoza. We got a chance to talk to him. He works as a busser for Caesars on an on-call basis, and he says when things are good, his phone is ringing off the hook, but this year, not so much, which has put a severe damper on his personal goals.
For me and my girlfriend, I was planning on starting a family next year, buying the house, getting the American dream that everyone wants a piece of, right? But is that a wise decision now when I see half my money gone and the money I saved? Should I get a mortgage now? So, I wouldn't say my life is halted, but it's taking a big hit.
Okay, first off, a couple things here. I did a review video on this maybe a day or so ago, and a few guys reached out to me and said that mic was not on. Apologies for that. We're getting better, learning. There's not a big crew here. There is just me. That's okay. Not complaining about it, just the reality. A couple things here just to review this. I did another reaction video several days ago, maybe last week even, and about the Las Vegas market. I like to look at Las Vegas as a just an indicator of where the economy is. If there's tourism, it relies on tourism a lot, but it also relies on tourism, business travel, a lot of conferences there. Vegas is one of our unique markets in our economy. So I like to study it to kind of see where things are going. And if things start popping up in the feed and the news, I'm like, oh, let me check into this. So it's just a good, like I said, canary in the coal mine, just something to keep an eye on. It's anecdotal. It's not like, it's just a good sign like, oh, this could be something just like airline travel. Like if airline travel is up, our businesses spending more on travel, right? Sending their employees to and fro. I mean, just depends. So anyway, um, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, by the way. Let's get that out the way. Um, I've already seen this video, but I'm gonna go ahead and let it play through. But one thing I wanted to address right off the gate is we got to stop this American Dream business. That was a marketing campaign, largely that was meant for soldiers when they were coming back home after World War II. Or was it World? No, I'm sorry. Was it World War II? I think it might have been World War II, 19. So, yeah, I believe it is. Could be wrong there, but at any rate, it was a marketing campaign to get soldiers into homes, white picket fences, all that type of stuff. And it worked. It's largely been effective, and it's largely been a chokehold on our culture, right? When you think of America, even if you go to other countries, they think white picket fence. You know what I mean? That's your standard American dream. However, one thing I want to point out is just get that out of your head about the American dream. The idea that you're just gonna get the white picket fence, work one job, and just have it be a dream, and we'll live off one income. That is a rare thing. It's so rare that most of us probably won't even achieve that. Uh, I know most people nowadays have to have multiple side hustles, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be you may do some gig work or something to bridge the gap. Everyone's trying to bridge gaps, especially because our generation has so much student loan debt and all the just outside of student loan debt. You got bad debt, high car payments, you name it. We've done a lot of this stuff to us ourselves, and now it's just time to play cleanup. I think if we were able to clean it up and get our stuff together, I think we would be better, but it doesn't 100% solve the problem, which is just being financial literate for having financial literacy, right? It's not taught to us. Most of us learn it because we've had some really bad things happen to us and we've made bad decisions. But getting a little bit derailed here. But my point is, let's get off of this American dream. If you are renting, I rent a house. Now, granted, I do own a rental property as well. So set that aside. But there's nothing wrong with renting. If you need to buy yourself some time, that's how I look at renting. I just need time. I, you know, need some time to kind of clean some things up, get my ducks in a row. Maybe I choose to invest in the stock market or something like that before I choose to jump into the largest purchase of my life on a whim with a bunch of debt. That's not a good recipe for success. So it's okay to not feel like it's okay to not give in to that pressure, because there can be pressure. You got a family, this you can rent just as fine. Okay. So I have to say that. Can't emphasize that enough. All right, back to Vegas.
And Espinoza says that it's actually been extremely hard to find a job these days if he's looking to make a change, even though he has more than a decade's worth of experience in the hospitality industry.
Wow,
and his peers has seen a decline in foot traffic as well here on the Strip, especially in the nighttime hours when things typically ramp up, and that's pretty alarming. This follows the Harry Reid's report to the LVCVA on Tuesday, showing a near 20% decline in visitors coming from Canada, which is really important. 20% of visitors here in Las Vegas are international. The lion's share of those visitors coming from our friends up north, but tourism officials believe that this slump is only temporary.
That's fair.
That's a long-term relationship, and we're going to figure that out. I'm actually going on a trade mission, sales mission to Canada in just a couple of weeks. We've had crises, and we have recovered from crises. And this is just not that. It is a downturn. And we've got a great lineup of trade shows and group meetings in the fall. We've got a great lineup of sporting events and of entertainment. And Las Vegas knows how to recover.
That's a good point. NFL season hasn't started yet, and I think with the Las Vegas, oh man, pains me to say that, Las Vegas Raiders. I grew up in Oakland, California. Going off on a tangent again. Grew up in Oakland, California, and Raiders used to be my team. I say used to be. There's a story there. We're not going to get into that right now because it's not a sports show. And I broke my heart when they left, and several other things. Mainly Tom Brady and the Patriots, when he lied and then later admitted that he did intend to throw it and Tim Brown was on him. But anyway, that's another conversation for the see. I'm still hurt. That pain is deep in me. And yeah, it still resonates. But at any rate, it's a quick flight to jump on a plane, get to Vegas. You can get in and out relatively easy, catch a game, maybe stay for a weekend, get out. So I think the NFL, we're going to really see in the fall if Vegas is in fact in a decline, and that what's going to be the indicator, because the fall the weather tends to get a little bit better. And I spent a lot of time in Vegas. My best friend did actually an intern at the Bellagio there, so I was in Vegas quite a bit. I love Vegas. It's a great city. You want to go in and have a great weekend or two, see a couple shows, concerts, I think it's a great place to do that. But like I said, come fall, I think we're going to really see if businesses are doing their conferences, NFL kicks off. It's going to give us the information we need to know. But at any rate, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. If you're in Vegas, if you're in that market, please get back in the comments and tell me what you guys are seeing on the streets, and if this is in fact a slow season. I know this time of year is typically real warm in Vegas anyway, so people don't like to come there. But you guys let us know if you are a resident there. Let us know what's going on, or maybe you just visited. That's even better. Tell me in the comments what's going on in Vegas, because I'm starting to see more and more reports about this, and I'm really curious. So like, subscribe, comment, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everyone who's been subscribing. We're up to about last I checked, I think I want to say 241. So good growth. And the goal is to get there by the end of this year, to get to 1,000, that is. And if we get monetized, even better yet. All right, you guys, let's go.